Scrubs man! Hey Scrubs, I don't know what's going on with my nose, but it hurts. So, something that I'm pretty sure still exists, but at least existed when I was in high school 4 years ago, was friendzoning. And it's something that I feel like I've not been asked for advice on, but I've given a lot of advice on because I'm just an advice giver. Monica, the name means advisor. So that means I tell you what to do with your problems, and you probably don't listen. And I don't listen. Cheers, water. So, friendzoning. What is it exactly? Friendzoning is when a girl likes a guy, primarily. There's other situations of the opposite gender or whatever, but primarily when someone likes someone and someone doesn't like someone, but someone still is like, but we can still be friends. It's fine. And they hang out with you and continuously, I think, lead you on, or you lead them on, and, you know, they still have this huge hope, but you're like, I'll just be friends with you. So, having been in both situations where I've been the friend zoner, but I've also been friend zoned, I'm going to give you some tips. I don't know if I'm going to number them because I'm just kind of making this video off of the thought of my mind. I keep trying to do things and I just feel really awkward. So it's time for Monica's advice. And Scraps is going to jump on the bed. I thought that was a ghost for a second. Like, I didn't even realize he jumped off me, but apparently he did. Okay, so going right into it. So, a situation where I was the friend zoner, because I feel like a lot of the times it is mostly the friend zoning person's, the friend zoner's fault. So, I did this to a couple people when I was in high school, and I very much regret it looking back now, just because I realize that there are better ways to handle things and more mature ways now that I'm slightly older and pretend that I am more mature. So, yeah, but how I used to friend zone was kind of evil, and I knew I was doing it, and that's kind of the most horrible thing about it. Sorry, I should get a straw. I feel like I'd be drinking faster if I had a straw. You know, I have this painting that I put up next to me, and I just didn't put it close enough, but it blocks out the sun. See how it blocks out the sun? We're cutting a lot of this out, but alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, do you guys mind if that's right there? It's going to be right there. Ah. Okay, so I used to friend zone by knowing someone liked me, but I didn't want to hurt their feelings, was kind of how I think a lot of friend zoning starts. And I think, at least as a girl, and I feel like a lot of girls probably feel this way, we're sensitive beings. We don't want anybody to be sad. We don't want anybody to be hurt that we don't like them. And I think in our minds we play it like, oh, they'll feel better if we can still be like best friends and hang out all the time. I just don't want to date them. I don't want the commitment. So I would, you know, kind of pull that, well, oh, I just want to be friends, but I still want to hang out all the time and blah, 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 blah. And I feel like that one's a little less hurtful than the other version of friend zoning that I used to do, and I knew girls that did it as well. There's also the hope of the chase, and what I mean by that is we want to see if somebody is willing to chase after us. And you know, I won't drop any names or really any situations just because I don't want to exploit anybody, but I know that these were hurtful situations for people because they didn't get what I wanted. And so, you know, they're sitting on the other end like, she's been acting like she likes me, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, if you're not willing to chase me, then I'm not really willing to whatever. What I've learned growing up and through my current relationship, which has been the most successful, we've been together for 3 years, more than 3 years, and, you know, I'm really hoping it lasts a while. If you know what I mean. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. What I've learned is that the best way to make a relationship work is honesty. And, you know, with David and I, we've been honest with each other from the get-go about, you know, what we wanted out of the relationship, that we wanted commitment and we wanted a relationship to work towards maybe something a little bigger someday. And I think that that honesty was really great, but I think that honesty also works when you don't like somebody. So if you don't honestly like somebody, it's going to hurt them, yes, but it's going to hurt them less in the It's going to hurt them less in the long run if you are willing to just say, I'm sorry, I am flattered, but I don't like you that way. you know, it's going to hurt them in the moment. They're going to be like, why don't pretty girls ever like me, or nice girls or whatever? I'm such a nice person. But they're also in the long run going to realize, oh, that probably wouldn't have worked, and I appreciate the honesty. Or they might be really cool people and be like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'm glad you're honest with me and not leading me on. My advice for you, if you are being friend zoned, so if you are the friend zonee, you need to break that relationship. In the same way that you would respectfully tell someone, hey, I don't like you, because you're only hurting you. You're giving yourself a chance to feed on this idea of, oh, we can just be friends even though I really like them, and then you're going to have to watch them be in a relationship and be your friend and constantly probably tell you about it, and it's going to hurt. It's kind of like that song, Jesse's Girl, you know? Like, him and Jesse were good friends, but he really wanted that girl. I don't know if she friend zoned him, but she would kind of have to if, you know, Jesse and him were friends, so I don't know. I think you should just drop those ties, and I mean, maybe you can be friends later in life, I guess, possibly. Oh man, my nose really, it hurts. I don't know why. But anyway, that's my advice for being friend zoned. It's happened to me, and I've also done it, and I just think it doesn't need to be a thing. Like, let's just be real with ourselves. And it does happen out of high school and college, or like in college and older. It does happen, but I feel like it's a lot more rare, because a lot of the times after you get out of high school, life hits you, you end up living on your own, and you're like, oh, I need to worry about food and clothes and college and going to the doctor and paying for it for myself, rather than, oh, I really need a boyfriend. Because I can remember in high school, like, my main focus for a very long time was, oh, I've got to have a boyfriend. And when I had a boyfriend, it was, oh, I got to keep a boyfriend. And sometimes you act more crazy when you have those kinds of actions. But that's it on my advice for that for today. I might come up with more, but thank you for watching Monica's Advice. That was a segment I just created. We'll see if it lasts or if anyone actually watches it. Thanks so much. Have a good rest of your whatever.